Time for us to head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one about the Deshaun Watson case.
Good evening. This is Mike from Madison. Dave, I appreciate you being biased on this subject. It's a tough subject about Watson. But everybody has to see both sides. This is starting to look like a cash grab. And it's got to be protect the shield against girls going after their players for money. Against the law to do that. You got to protect your players against people. That's the same thing. Protect the shield. Love you guys.
All right. As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. I'm really conflicted about the Deshaun Watson thing. Now, as the details come out, 22 litigants making claims, but the one attorney also advertising. Anybody who's given Deshaun Watson a massage, contact me via Instagram. With 22, certainly there were some things that Deshaun Watson shouldn't have done. And probably if he could go back and not do them, he probably would. But there's something that doesn't seem right with one attorney representing 22 of these people and advertising for them. So, Spencer, it's a really complex issue, and I get both sides. And I'm just sitting here trying to take in as much information as I can and be as open-minded as I can. And we're having a little bit of issues with that. So, again. There are some things that...
Sorry, you got me?
We got you now. There are some things that don't seem
that.
Quite right on either side of the coin there.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right with that. And to be clear, too, like the way you feel, Dave, the way I feel, the way anybody feels about the situation, you're very much entitled to feel how you feel. And I'm in the same boat as you, where I have tried to play it down the middle as best I could and just try to absorb information as it comes. And I do think up until this week, we were getting more from, obviously, the accuser side, and it was painting Deshaun Watson in a certain way. And now we're finding out more from Deshaun Watson's side. Both Rusty Hardin, Deshaun Watson's lawyer, and Tony Busby were both on our station this week, 92 through the Fan, which was interesting to kind of hear the two sides and some of the information that both of them had to share from their angles of things. It is very complicated. And I do think that this week especially, things have started to maybe sway back in Deshaun Watson's favor a little bit in terms of how people view him, because there is some shady information, as you alluded to, with the one lawyer representing all of them and kind of advertising this. I think that certainly plays into that. There's a lot of blurred lines here, and it's hard to know. We may never get the whole story or know the whole story. But I think the best way to go about this truly is, as you alluded to, like gather the information and then form your own opinion. And if you do feel uncomfortable with it, I can understand that. I've been kind of saying, as maybe, I don't know if it's insensitive, but as bad as it sounds, like I do think if Deshaun Watson plays next year and the Browns are going out and winning games, I think that'll be enough for people to move on and look past it. I just think that's the reality of sports and sports figures and how we kind of treat these things and treat these people. But I know there are some people out there who are hardened in, no matter what information's presented, I've already made my mind up. And if that's you, that's totally fine. I just
I'm
think
with you. You don't. Yeah. We can't tell people how to process the information. You just
for
can't.
Sure.
And I get that.
You just hope they process it. You just hope they gather everything they can and kind of figure out what their opinion is on it, for sure.